A group claiming to be a Cherokee Nation participates in a dance. In Alabama, people who call themselves a Cherokee tribe march in a parade. In Texas, a group who have declared themselves a Cherokee Nation performs a ceremony. What these three groups have in common is that none are federally recognized. They are fraudulent Cherokee tribes, and they are just a few among many. In the last 30 years, many groups have emerged claiming to be an authentic Cherokee nation, band, or tribe. Although some of their members may have Cherokee ancestors, these groups are associations and are not legitimate tribal governments. Almost all of these groups misrepresent Cherokee culture. Some sell spiritual advice, non-Indian art, and non-Cherokee crafts. A few have tried to open casinos. Several groups have interfered with federal and state laws. Their claims of authenticity has led to confusion among the general public. Organizations and schools have been deceived. Government officials do not know if these groups represent real Cherokees. The number of these fake Cherokee tribes has been growing and now has reached over 200. Today, there are only 3 authentic federally recognized Cherokee tribes: the Cherokee Nation, the United Kituwa Band of Cherokee Indians in Oklahoma, and the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. For 500 years, the Cherokee people have faced overwhelming adversity, and it has been their tribal governments that fought the battles to retain and secure Cherokee rights and privileges. For many people today, it is becoming unclear who represents and governs Cherokees.
Well, a tribe is a governmental entity that has an established, recognized government-to-government relationship with the federal government.
Our relationship with the federal government is long, it's continuous, it's historically documented.
There's only 3 Cherokee tribes in the United States. 2 in Oklahoma, 1 in North Carolina. That's it.
The other tribes that have petitioned over the many years for federal recognition just haven't been able to meet the criteria.
Some groups claim to be federally recognized, but they are not, and their evidence is misleading. A form letter from the President of the United States, a mention in the Federal Register, correspondence from a federal agency. A few fake tribes claim authenticity from being recognized by states, but as laid out in the U.S. Constitution, only Congress has the right to recognize tribal governments. States have no standard set of requirements. Some states simply grant recognition by a legislative resolution or a letter from the governor. Membership standards for these fake tribes are often minimal. Many require nothing more than the belief one is Cherokee. Fake tribes imitate authentic Indian tribes. Almost every group uses the title of principal chief or chief as their head. Several groups make up tribal roles that are not part of Cherokee culture. Members very often create Indian names for themselves. The majority of these names have no connection to Cherokee tradition. At times, the names are romanticized and stereotypical. Fraudulent tribes often state their intention is to learn and spread traditional Cherokee culture. Here, a chief makes a presentation. He is wearing a war bonnet. Cherokees never wore them. A teepee. Cherokees never lived in them. A man claiming to be a firekeeper in a costume of his own creation. A radical misinterpretation of a Booker dance. On their websites, these groups express their versions of Cherokee history and culture. Very few of them represent it accurately.
These frauds are harmful in the fact that they distort our history, they distort our culture, they misrepresent who we are by putting on these particular shows of trying to be Indian.
I'm proud to be a Cherokee, and I was raised Cherokee, and for them to misidentify themselves by mocking my ancestors is just wrong, and it's heartbreaking.
Many of these fraudulent groups use deceptive practices to take advantage of the rights and privileges reserved for real tribal governments. One group sold counterfeited automobile license plates. Another group, claiming sovereignty, deceived a local sheriff with a fake court order and took custody of a child. The case was exposed, and the child was returned to its parents. Several have tried to open illegal casinos. Another fraudulent tribe sold tribal memberships to illegal immigrants. They sold 10,000 membership cards for anywhere from $50 to $1,400. One fake tribe illegally channeled money from a government grant to schools for each student enrolled in their fake tribe. They charged $120 for memberships, and no proof of Indian ancestry was required.
We have people out there who are scamming other people for thousands and thousands of dollars.
But what really concerns me about groups that aren't legitimate is the damage they can cause, not only in outside parties and governments listening to them in terms of making federal policy, state policy, local policy, but also interfering in people's lives.
To me, they're stealing our history, our culture, and that rightly belongs to the Cherokee people.
I don't feel that it's right. I don't think that people should just go around just making up their own tribes, calling them whatever they want to call themselves. To be a Cherokee, you have to be a citizen, you have to be by blood. Anybody can start a club up, and it's only if you want to join it, you'll join it. But I was born into this. I can't change it.
You don't have to be a citizen to learn about our tribe, and we welcome you with open arms. But there's a difference between citizenship and heritage. And the citizenship issue is what we're talking about here today.
Today, the governments of the 3 Cherokee tribes are contributing to the endurance of the Cherokee people. In their jurisdictional boundaries of Oklahoma and North Carolina, the Cherokee language and culture still thrive. The largest of the 3, the Cherokee Nation, with over 280,000 citizens, operates 8 health centers, numerous housing and language programs, as well as career, community, and human services. The Cherokee Nation has helped to improve the quality of life for all people in Northeast Oklahoma. They employ more than 6,800 people and financially contribute to local fire and police departments, road development, and Oklahoma public schools. Heritage is different from citizenship. For those people with Cherokee ancestors who cannot become citizens, the Cherokee Nation encourages them to embrace their heritage by learning more about Cherokee history, language, and culture. For more information, call the Cherokee Nation or visit the website www.cherokee.org. By supporting authentic Cherokee culture and tribal governments, one can help all Cherokees. The Cherokee people have endured for hundreds of years, and they plan to endure for hundreds of years into the future.